Very good morning class. Today we will discuss figure of speech portion, okay, into lectures. Let's begin.
Figures of speech. A figure of speech is the use of a word or words not based on a literal meaning, which creates a powerful but pleasing effect on the reader. Let us find out some useful tools for spicing up our writing. Sometimes what you mean is not exactly what you say. That's figurative language using words in different ways. Personification, alliteration, repetition, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, metaphor, and simile. When Sarah seems to sit somewhere separate from Santa, or Kanta calls Krishna because she is coming to Kolkata, it's called alliteration. That's what occurred when you got the same sound at the start of every word. A simile is something you use to compare two unrelated things with an element that's shared. My mind is like an ocean, it's as smooth as jazz, but it's a simile only if it uses like or as. A metaphor. But watch out, be careful because you've got to leave like and as out. My mind is an ocean, my words are a river, so keep your ears open as I continue to deliver. Now if the sun's smiling down or the boat hugs the shore, that's personification, nothing less, nothing more. But with a buzz or a ding or a hiss or a roar, that's an onomatopoeia that we are using for sure. Hyperbole, man, that's like a million times harder. Take something true, then exaggerate it way further. When words are repeated with musical effects so pleasing, that's repetition, while exclamation expresses strong feelings. Now you've heard this song from the beginning to the finish. You've got yourselves some too.
Here we have a repetition, alliteration. Okay, wait for a second.
Get to know the various important figures of speech. When similar sounds of consonants usually or letters are repeated, this is called alliteration. So, underline the alliterations in this poem. If you beheld a battle boat bombarding Biscay Bay while the big guns bellowed bold from brazen throat, would you say it was as funny as a bouncing blue-backed bunny blowing bubbles with a bobby in a boat? Create your own alliterations by adding suitable words in the spaces provided. The first one is done for you. Bad, bad, bitter, blueberries. Green, dash, dash. Mad, dash, dash. Cold, dash, dash. Red, dash, dash. Lazy, dash, dash. Repetition is the simple repeating of a word within a sentence or poetical line in order to emphasize. And miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. He looked like he had fallen. Like a gazelle, the child ran away. The barge went down like lead. He ran like a frenzied windmill. The answer is, he looked like he had fallen. In all the other sentences, two unlike objects have been compared. Complete the following similes using the correct word from the brackets. Angel, bird, eagle, owl, pancake, log, hills, bat, sheep, and sisters. As wise as in dash, as wise as an owl, as blind as a dash, as blind as a bat, as old as the dash, as old as the hills. To eat like a dash, to eat like a bird, to sing like an dash, to sing like an angel, to sleep like a dash, to sleep like a log, as black as a dash, as black as a pancake, to soar like a dash, to soar like an eagle. Underline the two unlike objects compared in the similes in the following sentences. He erupted like a volcano. He, like a volcano. The boss treated him like garbage. Him, like garbage. Her eyes were like stars. Eyes, like stars. She danced like a dream. She, like a dream. They fought like cats and dogs. They, like cats and dogs. He ate like a pig. He, like a pig. A metaphor is a figure of speech denoting one object or idea is applied to another, thereby suggesting a likeness or analogy between them. For example, boiling man, tepid speech, glowing review. Choose the metaphor from the options given below. Clockwork men, tall as the truth, light weight on their knives. Dead fish are polished marble. The answer is dead fish are polished marble. Complete these familiar metaphors. A dash of bullets, hay, a hay of bullets. Dash with fear, frozen, frozen with fear. Dash idea, brilliant, brilliant idea. Dash light, shine, shining light. Long dash spell, long dry spell. Feeling dash, feeling blue. Fill in the blanks with a correct metaphor from the brackets. He dashed her with gifts, rain or shower. He showered her with gifts. Relations between the two countries began to dash after the Cold War ended. Thaw or boil. Relations between the two countries began to thaw
Here till today, till this moment, we came to know about all the important figure of speech. Next, we will continue the same procedure in this. Okay.
The bees were buzzing around the hive. Buzzing. She whispered the name of the suspect in his ear. Whispered. The baby splashed loudly in the bathtub. Splashed. In the closed elevator, he was gasping for breath. Gasping. The bells chimed on the hour. Chimed. The little train rumbled over the tracks. Rumbled. Crash went the window pane. Crash. The honking of the cars stuck in the traffic jam was unbearable. Honking. The exclamation is an old friend, identified by the exclamation mark at the end. For example, what a car! What pretty girls! He is such a good boy. Put the exclamation mark in the correct place at the end of the exclamatory sentences. What are you drawing? What are you drawing? Exclamation mark. What a lovely dress. What a lovely dress! Exclamation mark. How nice it is to be here. How nice it is to be here! Exclamation mark. You're going to fall. You're going to fall! Exclamation mark. Someone has stolen my bike. Someone has stolen my bike! Exclamation mark. What a nuisance! What a nuisance! Exclamation mark. Complete the following exclamatory sentences with the following words. How, so, so much, such, what. Dash a gorgeous painting. What a gorgeous painting. He drove dash fast. He drove so fast. She wanted dash an expensive mobile phone. She wanted such an expensive mobile phone. Dash fast he runs. How fast he runs. Young boys need dash. Young boys need so much. Dash horrible mobsters. I am scared. What horrible mobsters. I am scared. Name the figures of speech shown in the following sentences. Silver bells, how they tingle, tingle, tingle in the icy air of night. Onomatopoeia. My love is like a red, red rose. Alliteration. All you need is love. Hyperbole. The clouds will be a daisy chain. Metaphor. Endless well held out its arms to me. Personification. He walked as softly as a cat. Simile. Can you can a can as a canner can a can? Repetition. Identify the figure of speech with the following lines. Thou walkest silent as night. 1. Hyperbole. 2. Simile. 3. Metaphor. 4. Exclamation. The river is life to the people of Egypt. 1. Personification. 2. Simile. 3. Metaphor. 4. Hyperbole. You are the light of the world. 1. Exclamation. 2. Alliteration. 3. Repetition. 4. Metaphor. A strong man struggling with the storms at sea on a ship. 1. Repetition. 2. Onomatopoeia. 3. Metaphor. 4. Alliteration. He caused me endless days of pain. 1. Personification. 2. Hyperbole. 3. Simile. 4. Repetition. The yellow sunflowers smiled in welcome. 1. Simile. 2. Repetition. 3. Personification. Simile. 4. Metaphor. The whistling of the wind through the grass could be heard. 1. Alliteration. 2. Repetition. 3. Personification. 4. Onomatopoeia. 2. 3. 1. 4. 2. 3. 1. 4. Match the columns. Figure of speech. 1. Metaphor. 2. Alliteration. 3. Simile. 4. Hyperbole. 5. Exclamation. 6. Repetition. 7. Personification. 8. Onomatopoeia. Definition. A. When a poet repeats a word or words to emphasize. B. When a word's pronunciation indicates its sound. C. Comparison of two or more things, not using like or as. D. Giving human traits or characteristics to an object or idea. E. Exaggeration for effect. F. Repeating the same starting of sounds. G. Words that show strong emotion. H. Comparison of two or more things using like and as. 1C. 2F. 3H. 4E. 5G. 6A. 7D. 8B. Figures of speech. Let us learn some new figures of speech today. The old and the young, the weak and the strong. In this sentence, the figure of speech used is antithesis. Opposite words like young and old and weak and strong are used.
Here you learn some important figure of speech that may combine and that get a proper destination. Okay, let's understand and learn some new. It is antithesis, inversion, apostrophe.
In the same sentence. Some other examples of antithesis are: to err is human, to forgive is divine. The opposite words err and forgive are expressed in the same sentence. Many are called, but few are chosen. The opposite words many and few are expressed in the same sentence. The next is inversion. 10,000 saw I at a glance. The words are not in the correct order. The correct order is, I saw 10,000 at a glance. If good your neighbor does to you. The words are not in correct order. The correct order is, if your neighbor does good to you. And now, apostrophe. O heart, thou art broken. The heart, which is an inanimate object, is personified and addressed as if it is a human being. Roll on, thou deep and dark blue ocean, roll. The ocean, which is an inanimate object, is personified and given the human ability to roll. Let us do activities to revise all the figures of speech that we know. Identify the figure of speech used in the following sentences. The righteous shall flourish as the palm tree. The figure of speech used in the sentence is simile. Revenge is a kind of wild justice. Metaphor. The waves besides them danced. Personification. My back weighs a ton. Hyperbole. We look for light, but all is darkness. Antithesis. Where, O death, is your victory? Apostrophe. What a colorful painting! Exclamation. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Inversion. I am nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Repetition. Name and explain the figure of speech in the following sentences. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Personification. Necessity is given the human quality of being a mother. Love is an ideal thing. Marriage is the real thing. Antithesis. The opposite words ideal and real are expressed in the same sentence. Here are the sledges with the bells, silver bells. Repetition. The word bells is repeated for musical effect. Careless cars cutting corners create confusion. Alliteration. The letter C is repeated for musical effect. Death, be not proud. Apostrophe. Death, an inanimate object, is personified and given the human quality of being proud. I don't like what's going on. I feel like a noodle in boiling water. Simile. There is a comparison between I and noodle, and both are said to be boiling in water. But Farhan is a lonely hunter that hunts on a lonely hill. Metaphor. There is an indirect comparison between the heart and the hunter, and the common quality is that they both are lonely. What they talked of all evening long, no one remembered next day. Inversion. The words are not in correct order. The correct order is, the next day no one remembered what they talked of all evening long. I have told you a million times not to lie. Hyperbole. The statement is exaggerated for effect. What a piece of work is man! Exclamation. The exclamatory form is used to draw greater attention to man, who is a wonderful piece of work by God. The birds like to tweet outside my window. Onomatopoeia. The word tweet conveys the sound to be expressed. Now, let us do something interesting. We have to solve this crossword with the given clues. A cross, giving a non-human thing human qualities. A series of words that begin with the same letter. Hail divinest melancholy, whose saintly visage is too bright to hit the sense of human sight. Words that sound like their meaning. Down. There were thousands at my party. A comparison of two unlike objects does not use like or as. Your eyes are like diamonds. Across. Personification. Alliteration. Apostrophe. Onomatopoeia. Down. Hyperbole. Metaphor. Simile.
For today, this much only.